Good morning, Coffee and Kale. Ooh, I should put my jacket on. Look at me looking crazy this morning. All right, welcome back, Coffee and Kale. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Nicole. We are all things natural hair related. Today we're going to diverge a little bit because I'm in the middle of an exploration, a series, a grow up session where I'm learning about the food that we eat. So I'm going to do this video about what is happening in our body according to my research. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, I am not a doctor. So this is me being concerned about me and my health and my family and my decisions. So this is my research. It is not certified, back, licensed, none of that. So take that all with a grain of salt. But here, this video is going to be about what's happening to your body when you're eating sugar, fiber, and what I am now eating and plan to continue eating to combat any diseases that might come my way. If that sounds interesting, please hang around. Okay, let's start with the gut. My research has been a little bit all over the place, so I'm going to try to streamline it and synchronize it here. Let's start with the stomach and move on. All right, so the Rich Roll YouTube channel has really good scientific information on the microbiome and a bunch of other stuff if you want to nerd out on it. I started here with his YouTube channel, and I think I found some really good information on it there.
Microbes. Diversity in the plate translates into diversity in your personal gut microbiome.
What that means to my ears: whole food, plant-based.
The power of a whole food, plant-based diet.
No question in my mind. Absolutely, it is diet that has determined my existence, my continued existence, and my beautiful health.
Essentially, for the last 30 years, you've been eating a very strict whole food, plant-based diet.
100%, no exceptions.
And this goes beyond, you mentioned earlier, the American Gut Project. They found that there was a single most powerful predictor of a healthy gut, which was the diversity of plants in their diet.
Okay, this is what he's talking about. This is from the Microbiome project, and basically their findings are that if you ate 30 or more different plant types in a week, you have a more diverse microbiome than those that don't. So the Washington Post did a thing about gut microbiome a couple years ago. Let's look at their explanation. I think they'll do a better job than I will.
Microscopic organisms. These microbes, like bacteria and fungi, live in your digestive tract, mostly in your large intestine.
Microbe.
It's everything from your mouth to your colon, from entry to exit, all the bits in between.
Reducing things or removing from your diet, it's about building more abundance into it. Moving things from your diet, it's about building more abundance into it.
100% on abundance and variety as opposed to restriction.
Okay, so far we've got whole food, plant-based variety is the best option for intake, and intake in support of the gut microbiome. Let's start first with the gut lining and what the foods we eat do to the lining of our gut.
This gut membrane, it is the largest surface area we have exposure to the outside world. It's 2 tennis courts in surface area versus only the 1.8 meters or so of your skin surface area. And so you've got this massive surface area, and the only covering of that surface is a cellophane-like layer of epithelial cells of the gut and sinuses and the rest that is about 50 microns in diameter. Which
It's like one cell thick, right?
One cell thick, which is, if you pluck a human hair and cut that in half, that's the thickness of your gut membrane. So you have this half a human hair cellophane layer that protects you from every bite of food you eat, every chemical that is way more important in determining cancer than the human genome.
Wow, he just said our gut lining is only as thick as a half of a human hair. Oh my gosh.
Discovered these chemicals that look a little like chemotherapy that are made by bacteria and fungi in the soil. It suddenly closed the loop of, oh my gosh, what if the bacteria in our gut is doing the same thing? What if the bacteria and the fungi are actually our best source of medicine for everything?
Okay, so that was a lot to take in, but what I think I heard him say is the bacteria in the soil, once studied, was acting like chemotherapy to the carcinogens in the soil. So their revelation was, what if the bacteria in our gut act as chemotherapy to the bad cells in our body? And really, all it takes is a healthy gut. I shouldn't say all it takes, but a large component of what it takes for a healthy body is a healthy gut microbiome. So then the next question becomes, how do you get a healthy gut? So here's an article from NIH.gov. That's the picture of the top of it. Now, it's a pretty detailed article about fiber and what does fiber do to your gut and all the rest. But what I wanted to highlight while I'm trying to operate my good notes, I'll link my digital planner video here in a second, but this is a Good Notes app and I'm using it because it lets me do this nice little highlight thing, this disappearing ink thing. But really, to get to the core of what they were just talking about in that video, what does fiber do to your gut and why is it a very important piece of your diet plan? And since Good Notes is giving me a little bit of a hard time, not hard time, it's just, I don't use it that often in this way. So let's go to the source article on the web because this line is really important. Dietary fiber can have major impact on the composition, diversity, and richness of the microbiome. Okay, so that all says to me that fiber is the base of the food pyramid. Fiber is what we should be, or what I should be consuming the most of at any given time. So let's start with fiber. Let's start with what it is and why fiber is so important.
Fiber in their diet. Fiber is not talked about very much. Usually you're talking about the macros of carbs and protein and fats and sometimes alcohol. But fiber will affect your gut microbiome pretty significantly and also your risk of cardiovascular disease.
When we get more cancer cells than our immune system can handle, because our immune system's weak, because we're not making enough natural T killer cells or something like that, then it starts to get to the point where the cancer cells start to survive. They make it.
Gotcha. All right, good. So
this is a big deal. Fiber is what feeds the bacteria that make the cells that eat the cancerous cells. And if you don't have enough fiber, the bacteria can't make enough cells to eat the cancer cells and they slip through. Wow. And here I am doing all this research, and this is a picture of my dinner tonight. I mean, talk about thinking I'm doing things right. I thought that's couscous, tilapia, avocado, and a fried egg. I thought couscous was a natural thing. It is not. It does have some fiber in it. But that just goes to show how you think you're doing the right thing, and you just have to really understand what you're eating so you go seek out the right food. Okay, so now I'm all in. Fiber, what does it do to our gut? How does that inform or affect the bacteria? What does it do in our large intestine? Hope you guys enjoyed this beginnings of what I eat and why. And let's just keep exploring together. Let's hope that we can all together come up with a better solution for life.